Thunder Ridge Homestead here. I just wanted to introduce you to my chicken flock. 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's all. Yesterday we had a coyote come into the backyard and attack my chickens, and I have 4 hens plus 2 that are on nests that are broody. So there are 6 chickens left out of like 13. Flipper survived. Hello everybody, Thunder Ridge Homestead here. It's been a while since I've given you all an update. We have had some rough times here on the homestead lately. We've been in a cycle in Missouri with a lot of rain, and we've had tornadoes, and we ourselves have had a tornado warning a couple of times. We've been in the basement a couple of different times, and you know, just some pretty cruddy weather in general. Today is Memorial Day. I'm out here. I just thought I'd give you all a little bit of an update. One of the days that we had pouring rain, we had a coyote attack, and we have a lot of coyotes here. I'm in the back area of our pasture right now, and I'm just going to pan around here a little bit and kind of show you what's behind here. If you see over here, we have some pretty dense vegetation. We have a big area where there's like nobody living or anything, and then if you go the other direction over, you'll see that we've got another fence row back there and a lot of like trees and stuff, and basically there is farmland all the way to like the river. We've got a little river by us, and so we have coyotes that come through, and they don't come through on a regular basis. You know, sometimes it's 2 weeks, sometimes it's 3 weeks, sometimes it's 4 weeks, but they have their little circuit that they make, and they're very smart. We have Missouri Conservation trying to help us to trap some of these coyotes, and so far we haven't had any luck with that. We can shoot them according to Missouri Conservation, except for where we are, we're really not allowed to discharge weapons. And besides that, there are houses really close by, even though we have a lot of wildlife also. So it's just kind of a dangerous situation to try to discharge a weapon and shoot a coyote. So we haven't done that so far. I've been trying today to put up a little bit of electric fence. I'm putting it about 1 foot off the ground and on the inside of the fencing. I'm hoping that that will help keep our dog in, because we have a dog that jumps fences, and he also will climb fences. And my daughter had him before, and he had she tried electric fencing on him, and she tried the invisible fencing, and she tried a shock collar, and none of them worked on him, because anytime he gets shocked, he just bolts. So I'm hoping that with this situation that he's enough off the fence that he can't climb the fence or jump the fence, and that we have enough space in the pasture area that when he bolts, he runs the opposite direction instead of like through the fence. So that's an attempt. If I can get that to work, then he can be out here with the lambs and the sheep and kind of be on coyote duty more than he is currently. We have just mowed yesterday. We really needed to mow. I don't know if you can see, we have windrows now of all the tall stuff, but a lot of the pasture had even gone to seed. It's just been so wet and so muddy, and it raining so fast that it's like the sheep couldn't keep up, plus we had them up for the lambs and stuff, so that just didn't work. But back to our coyote attack, what happened was pouring down rain, and these are city coyotes, so they are not like your typical wild coyotes. They know about people and they work around people, and they understand that most people are, you know, gone during the day because they're working. And they also understand that most people's dogs, pet dogs and things, are put away during the day. So our coyotes typically come at like noon, 1 o'clock, something like that, which is kind of weird, but that's when they show up at our house. And especially if it's pouring down rain, because I think they pretty much know that all the pet dogs are in the house when it's pouring down rain. So that's when they came. And what they did this last time they came was they came in all the way in. I'll show you our barn area that we have here, and it has a fence around it to keep the electric fence right around the pens to keep the coyotes away from the lambs when they're really young. And that's what really saved them this time, because they didn't mess with any of the baby lambs, but they went all the way into our backyard. You see the backyard fence? They went underneath the backyard fence and they killed 7 of my chickens. We had 13 chickens in there, laying hens, and a couple of roosters, and we only have 4 hens that survived that were out in the yard. And we had 2 hens that are sitting with, one of them has a brood of turkey babies that she's raising, and the other one has a brood of turkey eggs that she's sitting on. And those 2 hens made it. So out of all of our hens, we only have 6 hens left. And another interesting fact is all of the ones we have left are heritage Cornish. So they're the dark Cornish that we have, or the buff Cornish. And you know, those are the ones that seem to survive for us. That's why I'm really a fan of the Cornish chicken. And like I said, not the, turn this camera in here again, not the ones that are the meaties like you typically think of the Frankenbirds, but these are the heritage Cornish, the dark Cornish, buff Cornish, and red lace white Cornish. And those are all really, really good animals for predators. They seem to pay attention. They seem to watch what's going on. As you can see, I'm sitting in here. The sheep are back behind me. They're eating a little bit of tree leaves right now. Thank you very much. They're all doing really well. We banded a couple of our babies today. Turn a little bit better so you can see them, because you'd probably rather look at them than look at me. But we banded some of our ram lambs, and then of course we have the little ewe lambs, and they're all going to be for sale this year. Of course, most of the rams are going to be meat animals. That's what they're designed for, folks. It's not a bad thing. But that's what we did this morning, in addition to putting up more fencing. Right here, let's just see some of them a little bit. Let's just do a little lamb watching instead of a little me watching, while we're out here getting an update. But anyway, that's why I tend to go with the Cornish chickens. They're a game bird. They're just pay more attention. We have less of them get taken by hawks. And like I said, when the coyote came, 3 of the hens that were in the yard ran into the coop, which is where they're safe, and 1 of them flew up on the roof of the house. So they all made it fine. The ones that didn't make it were the Dominiques and the Marins that we had, and they are, you know, just coyote food. So that's what happens sometimes. But, you know, obviously we don't want to keep having these coyotes, so I'm hoping that this electric fencing makes a little bit of difference. It's not plugged in right now, but Dot's a little bit, she knows about electric fence, so she's kind of staying back from it. Like I said, I'm trying to put this up as much to keep my dogs in the pasture as I am to keep the coyotes out. I think if the dogs are out here, or able to get out here, the coyotes will be a lot less likely to show up. Also, according to the conservation agent, one of the things that people need to pay attention about for coyotes is that they will come and they will get your dogs to chase them. And when the dogs take off after the coyotes, what happens is a lot of times the coyotes will take the dog and lead him into the pack, and then the pack will kill your dog. So even big dogs are in danger from coyotes. And that's something that I did not know. You can see we're getting ready to have another little thunderstorm here. It's just been constant lately. Well, I wanted to give you all a little bit of an update. Like I said, the lambs are all doing fine. We have 6 girls and 5 boys is our count this year. 3 sets of triplets and a set of twins. And you can also tell the mamas are doing some pretty hardcore shedding out right now, so they've still got some pretty bad patches of wool, but they're doing a lot of shedding. Anyway, I just wanted to do a quick update from Thunder Ridge Homestead. Thanks for watching, folks.